All right, Shalom, Salakia. All right, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Before I get started, I want to get all infinite praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Hakurash. That's it, this world, ignorantly and incorrectly, because God, Jesus Christ, calls God and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit in the Ishapel, Hebrew language. The bondage to the elders and apostles and elder bishops across the formers of the earth that puts their teaching the truth and our sincerity and righteousness, as well as your brothers, your Akim, that also puts their teaching the truth. And Shalom to Aquafium, your very few sisters, who will be in the order and keep the faith in the last days and doing y'all need to be doing. And Shalom to the Lord's elect, and 144,000 and 1/3. Shalom to y'all, so we call ourselves the hopeful elect. All right. Comes back to you through the spirit power. Yahweh Shem, I will shout another lesson in exaltation. So, like, you give me 1 minute. That shit is turning down hell. I'm gonna be damn blazing hot in here. As you see, the title of the video is the verse of the day. I ain't done one of these in a while, and I'm just out, and I don't know if you can see the geese on the side right there, so. And I actually was thinking about, hitting the plow today, man. But my dumb ass, my slow retarded ass, I fucked around and forgot the stand. I forgot the tripod, you know. And I'm just not. I'm used to having it in my bag, like the one I was using before. I was just so using it carrying it in my bag. So I was just thinking like, damn, everything should ought to be in the bag or whatever. So I got everything, da da da. So I just left out the house without even thinking twice and looking back at the things that I have. And lo and behold, the one thing that I needed, I left. I, I left it right on my dresser. So man, may someday this week, I gotta go to work this week, the next 4 days. But Sunday, maybe after work, Lord will I may go. You know what I'm saying? I may be tired as fuck, but all well. I gotta suffer through that for leaving the stand, tripod or whatever. But it is what it is, man. All right, Lord willing this lesson be edified to the hope for letting may those who may heart can be converted to the Lord, man. All right, converted back and reconciled with Yahweh Shem Shah. All right, and the scripture of the day is James 1 and 12, as you see in the title. Right, and I'm gonna go ahead and read it. James chapter 1, verse 12, and it reads, "Blessed is the man that endure temptation." Right. As a matter of fact, real quick, let me go. Which article? Salaki. Everybody ought to know what this means, but you got some that coming to the fold, new, some freshly, minded Israelites coming to the fold. Saying they gotta learn, you know, from the very root of things, man. Right? I want to go into the word blessed, right? Which, you're gonna say that word basically means, happy, be at peace, right? And another word is temptation. Matter of fact, let me go into that word endure first. And this is a Greek word for it.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano. Hupamano.
So like, let me play that one more time.
Strong's G 5278. Hupamano. Hupamano.
All right. And it means It means to remain, abide, to perse- persevere under misfortunes and trials, to hold fast to one's faith in Hamashiach and the anointed, to endure, bear bravely and calmly ill treatment. Right? And read that verse one more time. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. Right? Because we all, one scripture come to mind is Ecclesiasticus, also known as the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 1. My son, that thou, Salakia, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, prepare thy soul for temptation. We got to prepare our souls that we can be tried at any minute, at any given time. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be, you know, warned, or it gonna be sounded. Ain't gonna be no alarm clock going out for like, oh, it's time for judgment, or it's time for a test. The Lord ain't gonna blow no trumpet and be like, oh, it's testing day or whatever. Which in the end times he will, in the end times he will, give off that sound, that sound like sign. It's lucky. He would give off that trumpet that we ought to. I don't want to put it like basically he will cast a flare in the sky, and the men that know what that flare is, they'll scream it out, you know. So lucky. I want to make sure let me see. This phone already getting hot. So lucky. Let me do this. I'm actually put y'all right here. I'm gonna put y'all on the spin wheel so my phone will overheat. You know. Actually want to start it off. What I'm saying, getting the pond. It got some geese out here. And actually the pond is right behind Salaki. The pond is right behind a job that I used to work at. You know, and I remember they had alligators back here. I'm pretty sure they back here still. I'm looking in the water now, and look, I see. Yeah, they most likely. Yeah, most likely. You know, yeah, that's what it is. All right. Back to verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, when the Lord hath promised to them that love him, those that follow his ways and doing what he commanded us to do, right? Which follow his laws, statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, keeping the faith, always, showing brotherly love to brothers, love thy neighbor as thyself, right? We got to continue to be at peace amongst the world the best we can, man. Hold our peace to fight back these wicked thoughts that we having. These the everyday spirit that we had to be around. We are endured through. We hated being amongst this fucking place. We hate, having to deal with everyday responsibilities and shit like that. But hey, man, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time for when the Lord may come back and redeem us out of this hell. You know, and IUIC claims that they're hell. Saying that your soul is gonna burn forever. Hey, man, there is no hell. Shit, we are in hell right now. This is hell. This right here is hell. Babylon the Great, America, right? The United States of America is hell. It's the true hell that the Bible really speaks of. You know, because you're going through torment. You have to fight. You have to fight every day. You live in check to check. You know what I'm saying? You barely getting by with a little bit of money that you have. You know. Then now with Trump and he fucked around with the terrorists and shit. It barely ended. I know. Damn, it's a lucky. At as I what I do on my little side job, whatever I DoorDash. Just earlier, I was doing an order. One store that I was getting an order from, their shelves was empty. Like they're like a bagel shop or whatever, right? So they're known for their bagels. You know what I'm saying? The way they make their bagels or something like that, like bagel sandwiches. You know, so on and so forth. They ain't had no bagels. They had nothing. They ain't had no bagels. The main meal or cuisine, you know, or food that they known for making, they don't have it. Why? It's because of the lack of products that they don't have. Everybody feeling it. Even if you own the business, even if you know what I'm saying, got your own little side job, your little hustle or whatever, you're going to struggle on this side. You're going to struggle. If you got to live by any means and how we can on the side, you know what I'm saying, all while still living according to the law, statutes, commandments that the Lord has set up for us to follow, right? To the best of our ability. We know we can't keep the law to the best of our ability. We know we can't keep the law 100% on this side, you know? So that burden that the IUIC guys that they love to push, where your fringes as up, where your fringes at, but they don't keep the law for themselves. They don't. They really don't. Them guys over there, they are hypocrites. They are the fucking they are the wicked scribes and Pharisees back then. They are, man. They really are. They just back more vicious, more wicked, man. All right, you read them one more time. James chapter 1 and verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation. It's like a temptation, right? Adversities, you know what I'm saying, struggling with bills, you know what I'm saying, you broke down on the side of the road, you know what I'm saying, you going at it with the rib, you know, this and that and the third. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, that endureth through all those things, man. For when he is tried, when you're going through those things, right? When adversity comes to you, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. You striving, you being a you enduring the fight as a good soldier of the Lord, man. Right? And let's get that actually. Right? Let's get that. Right? Second Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. As we Slacky. Yeah, verse 3. You know, as we continue to put on the armor of the Lord, man, right? Thou therefore, matter of fact, let me get Ephesians 6, right? Let me get Ephesians 6. You know, we ain't just fighting against everyday life and the struggles of life, just struggles in the flesh, right? We still fighting against principalities and these spiritual. We aren't this. Just know that this is a spiritual battle. This is a spirit. We are spiritual warfare, right? This is a spiritual fight. Ephesians 6, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle, Salaki, you go better, verse 1. Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, and stand against his tricks, stand against his snares, stand against his lies and deceits. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places, dealing with these high level demons in this fucking government, man. As they continue to practice that left hand magic, we continue to practice the right hand magic, right? Which is righteousness, man. We speak righteousness in the earth. We speak the words of the Lord in the earth, and it will come, it will be manifest, right? These are the things that we speaking, you know what I'm saying, into the earth for our Lord to do upon the earth, man. As we speak his words, he will bring the actions with it, right? Our words will not go out void amongst prophesying the downfall of this place, you know what I'm saying, rebuking and, you know what I'm saying, cursing out these wicked Israelites, man. Hey, our works, you know what I'm saying, are Salakia. How the scripture goes? Uh let me see if I can search it up. Con, right here. Hebrews 6 and verse 9. But beloved, we are persuaded better things of you and things that accompany salvation, thus though we thus speak. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your works and labor of love as we continue to do these videos, as we continue to be on the highways and hedges. The Lord ain't forgetful to forget, Salaka, he ain't forgetful to disabolish our works, right? To forget about our works, to turn his head away from our works and act like, oh, we ain't did nothing. You know, the Lord sees us doing these things, man, and he will remember them unto the end and reward us for these things. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have shewed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister. Right. So that's why we continue to tell you, Jakes, man, to, hey, do something, man. Just do something for the ministry instead of being on your ass, man. You know, the Lord hates lukewarm niggas in the truth, right? Do a video 1 week and don't do a video a whole month. You know, it's crazy. Going back to Ephesians, where was matter of fact, yeah, that's about it, man. Let me go get James one more time. James 1 and 12. Blessed is the man. Matter of fact, let me get in the NOT. James 1 and 12 in the NOT. The Most High blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. We remember that brother over there in LA that got injured, right? And may Yahweh Shem Yahushua continue to watch over him and his household, right? May Yahweh Shem Yahushua bless that brother, man. Hey, his continence been well intact, right? If you would go watch a video of the brother, right? You know, and how he explained the situation, you can definitely imagine it and picture in your mind that this brother in the situation that he was in, he was calm, right? He was good. The spirit was dealing with that brother in that moment to protect himself as best as he can. You know, of course he got, you know what I'm saying, of course he got hurt, you know, but the Lord still protected and delivered that brother from death, right? And of course, you know, goodness, man. Hey, you know, of course, in that when you watch that video in that moment, man, you know, of course, in the mindset, you know what I'm saying, of us being in the flesh, of course, we would think like, hey, you know, if we was in that moment, yeah, we would have pulled that trigger. But like the brother said, man, we wasn't there. And who knows what each of us would do in that moment, man. Being punctured with a sharp blade. Now, I wouldn't say that I got, you know what I'm saying, I have been in that situation, but I did end up, you know, it was a slight little slight incident where I was at a job, you know, and it was involved cutting boxes, cutting zip ties out the boxes or whatever. So in a way, it's real short. In a way, I was cutting zip ties and all that. I was cutting the angle where it's directly to my arm, and the blade. I got this knife, and this blade is very new. So as I was strained to cut this one zip tie that wouldn't cut. Once I did it with much force with a knife, dig right into my arm, right? And it ain't nothing but like a little small spot right there, you know. But it was it dig it really dig through the you know what I'm saying. Call lawyer. How about your man with shot? My vein is basically right near it, literally where I stand myself at, man. Right, but just in that moment, I know that brother was just feeling. I know they're drilling it to these words I can't say. I know in that moment adrenaline. So like what I'm trying to say, right? That rushing feeling, right? It's starting to tone down, and that's what I feel like in that moment. That's part of the reason why the brother didn't pull that trigger, because again, the way he seen all that blood down his arm, but I also want to say, what I'm saying, I believe that rushing feeling was starting to go away, and that's why the pain, what I'm saying, the feeling, starting to, you know, set in the brother, you know, and of course the spirit guided him to, go and where his co-workers at to receive some help, and again, call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh for that moment that he had a partner there that knew exactly what he was doing. That was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful miracle that the Lord had done for that brother, man. That was beautiful. Cause in that moment, you know, the brother explained also that, hey, in that moment, ain't nobody was there around to help me, or to help the brother, man. You know. But all that goes to say, man, all of us will be tried in this truth. If you want to so-called call yourself in this truth, you want to so-called call yourself a man of the Lord, you want to so-called call yourself, quote unquote, being of the elect, of the hopeful elect, then just know the Lord is going to touch you one day, one moment in your walk, in your journey, Yahweh Shemel Shai will test you upon your faith fully, especially with that mark, you know. That's that great test that we listen. That test, that's literally life or death. This is a life or death situation that we put ourselves in due to our wickedness, and we don't want to rebel against the Lord, right? What you need to do is man up and actually suck in the moment and the thought that you sinned against the Lord, you owe the Lord, so therefore get your mind right and get your house in order, man, and get your soul, get your spirit right. We not in this thing for games, for play, for call each other brothers and this and that. Hey, not everybody brothers in this thing. Just again, look at what happened to that brother, man. After that, our eyes are open. Our eyes are peeled on whatever what may happen in this earth, in this world, behind enemy lines. This is not a game. Call lawyer, how about Shemel Shah for one, right? This is not a game. What you need to understand is that, man, this devil, the same devil throughout the years of us on this earth, right? Going through these captivities, enduring through many tortures, through many uh fightings and wars. Bro, listen, this is one of the most important moments and times in our history. If we fuck up this moment, then we, hey man, we could be in the shame. We could be ashamed in the kingdom, man. Yes, we all will be in the kingdom regardless. But why receive shame in the kingdom? You ought to receive honor. You ought to receive glory in the kingdom. You ought to be looked upon the ones that actually stood for the Lord, man. Not disobey the Lord. You be looked at as a coward. You will look at as a pussy. You know? You can't just mope around looking like a little sad ass puppy around all the time. Cause you got Jake someone thing that do. You know? You gotta get up and do the work. You gotta get up and hustle, man. You gotta get up and get your mind right. Can't be so suck up and all the affairs of this world, the works of this world, right? You got Jakes in this thing that get blinded in their job. You got Jason the thing that rap, but they let that rap shit get to the head. Jake's rather make music and post their music and make music involving the truth as well. You know, they rather do that instead of just doing the simple thing and just upload a video, right, and going to the scriptures. Not enough Jakes got the balls to do that. But in these times that we coming into, right? In these times, they should know who are his chosen, right? They should know who are my chosen. Better verse 12 in the NOT. God blesses those who patiently endure testing and temptation. Afterward, they will receive the crown of life that the Most High has promised to those who love Him. Those that labor and actually put in effort into applying the scriptures in their walk, you know, and walking after the ways of the Lord, suffering adversities, fighting against the wiles of the devil, you know, fighting against principalities, man. You know, constantly pushing videos and fighting against the lies and the damnable heresies that these false Christians, these false prophets are pushing. Hey, man, the Lord is seeking those that are faithful and diligent. You got to be diligent, man. The Lord ain't just looking for no spectating Israelites. The Lord is not looking for those, man. The Lord is looking for a worker. The Lord looks for a worker, a man that go out and work, a man that wants to work, a man that loves his job. This is a job that we are called to, man. If we don't do this job, man, hey, it's death unto us. This is a job that we ought to take and love no matter what. And shit, if those that don't even like that, hey, go back into the world. Go back to living that nigga life. Go back and live amongst the dead. Go. Cause one way or another, the Lord only deals with the elect, and the elect is going to show for their faith through their works, right? Through their works, man. Through their faith, their works, their walk their walk amongst this in this earth, man. The Lord sees it. The Lord definitely sees it, man. So hey, I'm gonna go ahead and end it with that. Lord willing, you was edified through the spirit power. How about Shemal Shai? Until the next time, I say shalom and above all. Until the next, shalom. All right. How about Shemal Shai?